I had just turned 60 years old last November. Anyway, when I was 14 or 15, I and a buddy went hunting up on the Burlington Northern Railroad tracks between the town of Dayton and Wedron, Illinois. We had just received heavy snowfall, about 10 to 12 inches. We made it all the way up to where the Wedron silica pits were. We turned and went across the tracks, come back the other side, and we were pretty well gassed out because it was a long walk in the deep snow. Anyway, we got about a half mile from the cemetery, and we weren't talking. We were pretty well winded. I heard something growling and snarling. My friend walked up behind me, and we were both looking. There was a big canine creature along a 4 or 5 strand wire barbed wire fence. It was on the other side along the timberline. There was a big orange moon coming up on the east side of the Fox River. The river runs north and south. Anyway, it moved towards the edge of the fence. I had a 20 gauge single shot, and I think Jimmy had a 12 gauge single shot. I had mine cocked, and I imagine he had his cocked too. Then, as it reached the fence, it stood up, and it was standing about 4 or 5 feet over the top of the fence. It was huge and terrifying. It had red eyes. It was just as red as it could be, and it wasn't from the moonlight because the moon was still on the east side of the river coming up. We took off. We usually cut down the east side of the cemetery and went down through the woods back to the Burlington Northern tracks, but we were too scared to go that way. So we went around the cemetery on the west side and went all the way to his house. His dad and his buddies were down in the basement where they were playing cards. We ran down there and told them what happened to us, and they didn't believe us at all. It was absolutely terrifying. This came from a coast-to-coast call-in on February 24th, 2013. If you have an account or personal encounter of anything odd and unexplained, whether it be ghostly visitors, a sinister stranger, cryptid or unknown entity encounters, demonic or angelic visitation, extraterrestrial contact, or anything else unexplained, feel free to contact me with your account by sending an email to designatedxshow@gmail.com.